It has been more than 4 years since Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Nikole Hannah-Jones launched her New York Times collection of historical and thought-challenging essays, the 1619 Project. Since then, she has topped both the bestsellers list and a few banned book lists.
And she is in town for a talk at Harold Washington Library and joins us in studio this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We appreciate you being here. So for our viewers who may not be familiar with your work, can you give us an overview of the 1619 Project?
Sure. So the 1619 Project originally published in 2019 to mark the 400th anniversary of the first Africans being sold into what would become the United States. So through a series of essays, the project really argues that so much of American life really begins at that moment, and that if you look across modern society, you can see the legacy of slavery shaping so many of our modern institutions.
And it's become complicated. We mentioned that it's on some banned books lists because some people have said that the claim that you make that the Revolutionary War was fought to preserve slavery is historically inaccurate, or there's some other things. What do you say to the critics of the book?
Well, I think any ambitious work is going to have critics, and I think critics are fine. The book actually does not claim that the war was fought over slavery, but it does say one of the reasons that the Southern colonists joined the Revolutionary War effort was to preserve slavery. So I think there's a difference. You can certainly have disagreements about certain arguments in a project, but in America, we shouldn't ban books, we shouldn't ban ideas just because we don't like what they say.
And this was made into a docuseries on Hulu. Tell us about that.
Yes, so we have a 6-part documentary series called The 1619 Project on Hulu, and we take 6 of the essays in the book and turn them into episodes of the series, and we travel all across the United States talking to regular Americans about things like capitalism, policing, democracy, music, and kind of the evolving fight over voting.
And you were involved directly with the production? You're on the road doing this?
Yes, so I was the executive producer and also found myself as a print reporter suddenly being on-air talent, so I also was the host of the show.
It's something like this, like slavery is such a horrible part of American history. If nothing else, do you feel like your book at least opened a discussion about how it affected all of America?
Absolutely. You know, I have been on the road for 5 years straight, ever since the project came out, and what I've really found is that millions of Americans feel that they haven't been taught this history correctly. And because they haven't been taught it correctly, it's hard for them to understand often the very deeply polarized society that we live in. And so I found really an openness to wanting to learn so that we could have a better society. The project really is about, you know, yesterday was Juneteenth, and Juneteenth is when we end slavery, the last enslaved people learn that they in fact are free, and that we start to actually build the country of our highest ideals. And that's what the project is arguing, is that until we confront our past truthfully, we can't become the country that we want to be.
I'm curious, you said you've spent 5 years now traveling the country and doing these talks and talking about your work. I'm wondering, is there a part of the country or a city where you find people are most passionate, or do you find that passion spreads out pretty evenly?
I find the passion literally everywhere that I go, but I will say it's always amazing to be in Chicago, because Chicago was one of the earliest supporters of the project. It was the first public school district to adopt the 1619 Project as part of its curriculum. It has been, you know,
and there's been some controversy about that in schools, correct?
Oh, definitely. I don't know about Chicago, but certainly in other parts of the country there have been some people who don't think that the 1619 Project should be taught in schools. But again, this has been a place, I think, that has been willing to really grapple more honestly with this past, and when there's been a lot of excitement. So Chicago has always been very welcoming, and I'm always grateful to be back here.
Well, you can catch Nikole tonight at the Harold Washington Library Center. The event is free, but seats are limited. If you can't make it, you can watch it live on the Chicago Library's YouTube page. And for more information, you can visit NikoleHannahJones.com. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.